Hello everyone, I hope you are doing great. So this is the second video of the first session, which is going to be Cisco IOS, Cisco Internetwork Operating System. We are going to see what is a CLI, a command line interface. It is a text-based mechanism used to interact with the computer's operating system, which means we are interacting with the machine using text. For example, on your phone, we are using, or in our most of the devices, like on Window operating system, like Android operating system, we are using what? We are using icons, menus, pictures. We are touching the screen, we are interacting with our phones by dialing numbers, by touching on the screen. That is a graphic user interface. But command line interface, it is a text based, which means you write a text and then tell the computer or command the computer to provide you a specific task or to answer you or to guide the the machine of what you want for the machine to do. So we are just typing, like saying, typing something and say, hey machine, do for me this, hey machine, do for me that, hey machine. Just the machine will perform to you by typing. For example, even when some of you, when they are using AI, you will not even type, but you will speak to the AI. When you speak, the AI will understand and then provide you what you want. So you see, so this is a command line interface, and it is particularly used in Linux, even Linux operating system. Of course, we are using command line interface, but even in networking devices, we are using command to configure the device, to set the security, to control the device, to organize them. We are using a command line interface. So these interface, these command, or let's these command are divided into different modes. You see, it's divided into different modes, and if you don't understand those modes, you cannot you cannot really navigate or freely configure the device. So first of all, we have exact, as you can see here, we have a user exact mode. This is a default mode. When you start a session on the switch, you are already on user exact mode. It is a default, it is there. So this mode, it is mainly used for viewing the system. Like if you want to view, if you can write this command like show version, if you write a show version, it will give you the entire detail of the device, when the device, what is the device is, many detail there that you can see. We can use even to ping the device for trace root and so on. So this is, it is used just for the basic, and it is limited to the system. It does not, you can do nothing on that mode. And we have what? We have privilege mode. This is actually a very strong mode, because from this mode you can go to global configuration mode, or you can enter any command in privilege mode. For example, and most of the time it is protected, let's say by password. When you get access to that mode, or before getting access to that mode, you have to enter the password, because once you access that mode, you have access, or let's say you have full access to the system. So you see, we have here some commands that are done on the privilege mode. Most of the commands are show running config, show startup config, show IP interface, show interface, show MAC address table, show version, copy running config to startup config. So all those commands are run on the privilege exact mode. And then we have global configuration. This is very, very strong, very crucial, because this is the mode that you can change the entire setting of the system. Let's say in this mode, if you want, you can go to the specific modes. Like we have interface mode, we have line configuration mode, we have router configuration. You can configure like OSPF, RIB, and all those things is done on global configuration mode because it is the most powerful, the most iconic mode on the system. And here, this is the command tips that is used to navigate on the device. Like we have exit, you can go back to from any mode to go back to any mode. Once you click exit, it will bring you back to the previous mode. You can write end, it's like go from any mode. If you write end, you can go directly to the privilege mode. We have disable, reload, we have clear, do, and then we have here this one, uh, question mark. Question mark is used like when you don't know what are the commands on the mode. You can use a question mark to know how many commands that are accessible on the specific mode. So we have arrow up, we have down. This one is to repeat the previous commands. You can use arrow up or arrow down. And the last one is copy running config to startup config. This one, it is very important because anytime that you have done any configuration, even if a simple configuration, you have to write copy running config to startup config. Running config, it is the current setting on the system, because but it will not save when the system reload. For example, when you switch off the system and you switch on, all the running config will not be there because it is on the memory. But you can save them to startup config. Startup config, it is a permanent memory. Once you save it, it will be there even though the device is reload, restart. So this is all about. This is the second session, and see you on the practical side. Thank you.